Sophia Loren's first encounter with her future husband, Carlo Ponti, was transformative in more ways than one. At their meeting, Ponti, a successful producer, saw potential in the young teenager and arranged for her to take a screen test. However, the experience was far from welcoming. The cameramen criticized Sophia's looks, remarking that her face was too short and her nose too long. She later admitted how close she came to feeling disheartened by the industry's harsh beauty standards. Yet, despite the criticism, Sophia chose to stay true to herself. When Carlo later suggested she make adjustments to her appearance, particularly softening her dominant profile, Sophia stood her ground. She firmly refused, famously declaring, "When you change a person's nose, you change everything, and I don't want to change." Sophia knew that her beauty was a blend of unique imperfections, and altering her appearance would strip away her essence. Despite Carlo's power and experience, she stood her ground, fueled by the audacity of youth and an inner voice that told her to hold on to her identity. Carlo, taken aback by her confidence, later acknowledged something special in Sophia, a spark of artistry that went beyond her looks. He respected her determination and saw in her a depth that promised greatness. True beauty lies in authenticity. The courage to embrace and celebrate your uniqueness can open doors and inspire respect in others. However, during this early chapter of the legend's life, the industry had another suggestion for change: her name. This time, Sophia agreed without hesitation. Perhaps it was because her father had made life difficult for her family. Or maybe she was simply ready to leave behind the trauma she endured as a child during World War II. In 1952, when young Sophia Loren was offered a part in the movie Africa Under the Sea, the Neapolitan producer Goffredo Lombardo suggested a name change. At that time, Sophia was going by the last name Lazzaro. He wasn't a fan of it. Neither did he like her biological father's name Scicolone. Sophia describes in great detail this historical moment in her autobiography. Behind Goffredo's desk, on the wall, there was a poster of a Swedish actress Marta Torin. He played with that last name by trying to replace its first letter until he arrived at Loren. Sophia Loren sounded nice to him. Since Sophia's name was spelled with an F, he suggested to replace it with PH. That way, the name looked more internationally recognized. As Sophia writes in her book, Lombardo was the person responsible for my artistic christening. He wanted to give me a short name that is easy to pronounce, a name with a certain allure. The decision to change her name was definitely strategic, as it was already clear that Sophia was going to pursue an international acting career. She was 17 at that time and had already been in the industry for 2 years. Sophia, who celebrated her 90th birthday last year, continues to be a symbol of strength, elegance, and resilience. She never allowed her career as an actress to mold her into something she wasn't. She kept her Italian accent, her curves, and her unique presence even when there was a strong pressure to change. For decades, Sophia has taught women to stay true to who they are, even in environments that reward conformity. The legend has always believed that beauty comes from self-confidence and self-respect, rather than physical appearance. She once said, "Nothing makes a woman more beautiful than the belief that she is beautiful."